Okay, so we are getting ready to write our literacy narrative personal essay. And so one of the first things we need to do is come up with a story or two that can either work on its own or work together to anchor our personal essay, a story that we can reflect on and kind of examine and engage in some self-awareness activities in writing. And so we need to do some brainstorming. We need to do some shaking up of our memory. And one of the best ways to brainstorm for new ideas is to use different tools than we are used to using. And one of the favorite things that I like to do is mind mapping. And I'll show you what I mean. And this is what we are going to use for this activity. Kaggle is a great free online program that we are going to use to map out our memories. Okay, you can either click right here on sign up. I already have one. So I'm going to hit log in, but it opens up to the exact same page. I usually just sign in with Google and it automatically I find the account I want to use and it automatically signs me up. So here's my account and I'm going to create a diagram and show you how easy it is to work. Click on that. Okay, and all right, I got that. And it opens up this screen. I'm going to click right here. What can I title this? I'm going to title it Literacy Memories. All right, so there we go. That's how we're going to start. Now, mind mapping is kind of like an artistic way. Ideally, I like to draw it out. If somebody would rather draw it out, that's absolutely fine, but this is a fun way also. Anything that engages new tools that you aren't used to, which then engages new out-of-the-box kind of thinking. And so, but I'm going to start a map. I'm just going to use this literacy memories as my anchor, and I'm going to do some threads, some roots, whatever metaphor you want to use, with a lot of ideas. I'm going to think back to the furthest or earliest memories I can think of that have to do with reading or writing. So I can think about, bedtime stories. There's one. Let's see, add another one. I can think of, let's see, even just like listening to family read out loud or watching them write. Those are also memories. I remember thinking back and watching, let's see, watching my dad write out bills each night. They used to, write them out and use checks and all those kind of archaic things. Let's see, what's something else? I have a memory of my brother reading to me. We were sitting on the couch and he was reading to me. He's like 10 years older than me, and he never paid me any attention. So I remember that, okay? I also remember that I had my very own bookcase, whoops, for my books when I was just little, okay? I also remember, see, every time I want to add a thread, if you notice, I just click or just hover right over here on one of the ends and it opens up a new thread. I remember my mom reading to me. Let's see, going earlier in or later on in my memories, later, let's see, I would read the back of cereal boxes as I would eat breakfast. Think about anything and everything. When we would go on road trips, we would play the ABC game. Has anybody ever played that? Let's do more over here. I remember, maybe I will, let's see. Whoops, right here. I'll tell you this story, but I remember, oh goodness, it was in 6th grade. Whoops. Mr. Palmer was my teacher. And he, let's see. And I wrote an assignment and he publicly shamed me in front of the whole class because I did such an awful job. Let's see. What's another one? My dad used to singing my books to me when we were little. He wouldn't read to me too often, but I remember when he did, he would sing them to me. Let's see, I remember a school spelling bee. Let's see, later on, I remember reading, well, I remember my favorite book. Oh shoot, Mike Mulligan and the Steam Shovel. I think that's the name of it. That was my favorite book. But also, I remember reading Harry Potter to my kids. That had an influence on me. That association with that great memory and kids and a great story and all those kind of things. Do you see how these are getting kind of crammed in here? So what I can do is I can actually drag these. Let's see if I can figure out how to do it. There we go. I can drag them around. Okay, so I've got lots of, well, I can drag the whole thing around too, but I can drag them around so I've got lots of room. Let's see, I also remember, let me drag this one around. Nah, that's not dragging it around. I remember in college, in studying, I used to memorize, oh, goodness, why is that so? I'll figure out how to do that. I don't know why that's so small. Memorize my notes for tests by putting it to music. Putting my notes to music, and then here, I've got to figure that out. Why is that so small? Lined. Let's see if I right click this. Okay, these are all the tools I can cross it out. I can change the color. I can add things. Anyway, play with this. I don't know what I did wrong there. I'll figure it out. But this is our assignment here, is just to do this with as many memories as you can, because the more memories you can get in this circle, the more we can start looking at them and thinking, oh, I remember that one. I remember, you know, that was kind of meant something to me. I kind of enjoyed that memory. And you can also make some connections, like even writing this. I remember I'm making a connection right now. Let's see. My dad used to sing books to me when I was little. Okay, what kind of connection does that have? That happy memory have with me? Let's see. Sitting in college years later, lonely, frustrated, stressed out, and the way I chose to best memorize my notes was to put it to music. Is there a connection there? I can think about that. But anyway, we're going to do this with this activity. Once we are finished, we are going to simply download it. Let's see, I think downloading as a PDF would be the easiest. Boom, there we go. I'm going to download that, save it to my computer, and then upload this map for my assignment. And that's all it is, just brainstorming a lot of different ideas using a different tool that will help us look at it a little differently. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions.